Hello and welcome back. I believe this is workout 2 in your ab series. This is an interesting one because I want you to still be able to train your core and work your abs so that you're truly getting a full body experience. But as you know, I am very pregnant. I'm 5.5 months pregnant now, so it's not safe for me to do abs. So a lot of this is going to be verbal explanations. If you took my classes in person or you personal trained with me, then you're probably very familiar with that. I usually didn't do the full class anyway, so we're just like back to our roots. But hopefully you're able to follow along with what I can demo and then just listening to me. So this one is going to be all body weight. You just need a mat, some space. We're going to do sit-ups and plank series, okay? So it's going to be a whole bunch of different variations of sit-ups and a whole bunch of different variations of planks. Your first sit-up is going to be a butterfly or a CrossFit sit-up. So we're actually going to sit with our bottoms of our feet together, knees out to the side, and that's how you're going to do your sit-ups. You're going to come all the way back to the floor, sit all the way up, see if you can tap right in front of your feet, control the drop all the way back to the floor and all the way up. Now this is a harder sit-up than like a traditional sit-up or even a full extension sit-up because it takes away your hips' ability to help. Watch that your knees aren't trying to come up as you're coming up. That's a common thing if we're not quite strong enough and the core is trying to get some help from the hips. So try to keep those knees out of it and really squeeze your core, lifting up and in, letting that breath out as you come up. We're going to be there for 40 seconds. If you want to modify, you can go to a regular sit-up and just know that we're going to be there for a couple ones. You can anchor your feet under a chair or couch or a heavy weight or something if you need to make it easier, or turn it into a crunch, or use your hands to find your way up. So if I were going to do this, I would need to use my arms to help pick me up. And then I would control the drop back down, getting stronger on the way back. We ready? In 3, 2, 1, go for it. So butterfly sit-ups all the way back to the floor, all the way up. Tap those hands in front of your feet, then all the way back down. We want to definitely get stronger on the way up, and even on the way back down. Utilize that drop, control it. Lifting up and in, letting that breath out as you come up. We're here for 40 seconds. You're halfway through it. 20 down, 20 to go. Keep breathing, keep moving, keep those feet glued on the floor, keep those knees out of it. This is a tough one, but it's our first one. We're feeling fresh, we're feeling strong. 10 more seconds. See if you can squeeze in like 2 more. Almost there. 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 20 seconds. Now we're going to do full extension sit-ups. So literally the exact same thing, but you're just going to extend both legs straight out in front of you. So legs are straight, heels stay on the floor, all the way back, all the way up. See if you can tap the feet. Same modifications here as well. You're ready in 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So all the way from the floor, come all the way up, tap your feet, control the drop all the way back to the floor, and then come back up to do it again. If you're noticing your feet are kind of trying to fly off that floor, the heels are lifting, or there's a sticky spot halfway up, then we might need to modify a little bit. You can always use your arms or add a weight on your feet, hook your feet underneath the couch to help you get up, and then try to control that deficit, that drop back down, and that will get you stronger. 15 seconds. If that's still too much, you don't want to come all the way up, turn it into a crunch. Make it work for you. 8 more seconds. 2 more times, all the way up. 5 seconds. 1 more time. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now a traditional sit-up, so we're going to put the bottoms of the feet on the floor, the knees are bent, but the exact same thing. You're all the way down from a laying position, all the way up. See if you can tap your feet at the top, all the way back down. You still have 10 seconds, so just kind of lay there, stretch out those abs, take a breath. In 5, 3, 2, 1, go for it. All the way up, feet on the floor, knees bent, all the way back down. So this is our traditional sit-up. And again, you can do those same modifications as you need them. You can always use your arms to help you get up, and then use those abs to control the drop back down. You can always turn it into a crunch. You are flying through this one, halfway there, 20 seconds down, 20 left. Breath comes out as you come up. So we want that breath out during the hardest part of the movement. And the reason for that is that empties your belly of all that air, so we get a nice, flat, tight core. 10 seconds, and that's how we want to train those abs. In, nice and tight. 5 seconds, give me another one. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, we're going to do alternating single leg sit-ups. So you're actually going to put 1 foot on the floor like you just did, like a traditional sit-up, 1 like a full extension sit-up. You're going to lay all the way back down and then come all the way up, and then just switch as you lay back down. All the way up, tap the feet, and then switch. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. So you're coming all the way up. Switch it, control the drop back down. Come all the way up, switch it, control the drop back down. Use those same modifications as needed, okay? So you don't need to come all the way up. You can use your arms to help you, or you can go back to one of those previous versions that worked for you. Halfway there, 20 seconds. As soon as you tap the feet, that's when you get to switch the legs. We control the drop back down. We come back up, we switch the legs again. Almost there. 10 seconds. Focus on that breath. Focus on that core position. We're flexed. We're breathing. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. We're going to go into our plank series now. So we're going to start with a hand plank. You're going to be on your hands and your toes, core nice and tight, lifting up and in. We want that back nice and flat, core strong. We ready? 5 seconds. We're just going to hold it for 40. In 3, 2, 1. So find that plank, hands and toes. Now, you can just hold that plank here. If that feels like a little bit too much, stay there for as long as you can, and then you can always drop it to the knees, relax the feet, lean forward, making sure the hips are in front of the knees so we still have that core connection. Stay there, you're halfway there, 20 seconds down, 20 left. And remember, actively lift up from the pelvic floor into your spine. Think about wrapping the obliques around to tap the belly button. So we're nice and flexed, we're strong there like someone's gonna punch us in the stomach, but we can breathe through that flex. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, the exact same thing, but this time on our forearms. So you're gonna be on your forearms and your toes, and you're just gonna hold that plank. And again, you can always hold on the knees. 10 seconds, take a breath. In 5, shake out those hands. In 3, 2, 1. So you can hold on your toes. If that feels good, stay there, hold it the whole time. If it feels a little bit too much, you can do one leg. So one knee is down, one leg is extended. And then when I let you know we're halfway there, you can just switch legs or switch legs every kind of breath or two. Halfway there, 20 down, 20 to go. And if it's too much, you're just going to come to your knees the same way we did last time, leaning that weight forward. 15 seconds to go, focusing on that core connection, controlling that intra-abdominal pressure. 7 seconds. 5. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 20 seconds, we're gonna go into a side plank next. So we're gonna be on our forearm, and the hardest version, you're gonna stack your feet, so one foot is on top of the other, and you're gonna come up with no hands. If you wanna make it a little bit easier, stagger, so you have more points of contact, and take that top arm down, or I'll show you further modifications in 3, 2, 1. So come into that side plank. If that's a little bit too much, stagger, take that down. If you want to modify further, you can come onto your knee. Then you can either use no arm or use the arm. Side planks are like not super comfy for me, so I'm going to sit this one out. I always have round, not always, I shouldn't say, but I get a lot of round ligament pain on like one side of my stomach. And so side planks just have not been the ish. But you guys are flying through it. 10 seconds, then we get to rest and switch sides. One more deep breath there. Keep those hips nice and high. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're just gonna flip over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So forearm, whatever you did on the first side, stacked feet, staggered feet, arm up, arm down, on your knee, whatever works. 10 seconds. Sometimes it's not so comfy to be on the forearm and the knee because it's like really short. So you can always be on the hand and the knee if that's a better position for you. And go for it. Hold that side plank. So we're feeling the obliques, we're feeling the side of the core. We are still holding the abs the same way we did with the other moves. So we're not just balancing there, we're not just hanging out, we are actively lifting up, in, wrapping, flexing, breathing. Halfway, 20 seconds down, 20 to go, keep going, keep holding. Flying through, you only have 12 seconds left, then we get to rest in 10, 2 deep breaths, and you're coming out of that, keep holding. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. 20 seconds, we're gonna do a reverse plank next. So you're gonna sit on your butt, you're gonna take your hands behind you, legs extended, heels glued, and you're just gonna come up into that reverse plank, holding that position. That's it, okay? If that feels like a little bit too much, you can bend the knees into a bridge. 3, 2, 1, come on up. So I'm gonna bend a little bit into a bridge. I'll go from the side so you can see a little better. So you can be right here. I'm gonna be right here. And you can feel like the posterior chain, you can feel the back, the glutes, the shoulders a little bit, but we can still feel the abs. And this is actually a harder one to hold than it seems. You are way more than halfway through it. Just a really good stabilizing move. So we have that core control, we have that balance. 7 seconds, good to train from all directions. 3, 2, 1, and rest. You know all the moves now. We are gonna do it again with shorter rest. So it's gonna be 40 seconds on, only 10 seconds rest. We're gonna fly through that rest. Back to your butterfly sit up, bottoms of your feet together, knees out to the side. Start by laying on the floor in 5, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, tap in front of the feet, come all the way back down. All the way up and all the way back down, controlling the lift and the drop. You know all the cues now, lifting up, in, wrapping, breathing, breath out during the hardest part. And you are halfway there, 20 seconds down, 20 to go. Keep moving through those butterfly sit-ups. Remember, no, don't let those knees ride up on you. Keep those knees away, keep those hips out of it. Make your abs work for it. 10 more seconds. 7 seconds. See if you can squeeze in another one. We have 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Quick 10-second rest, full extension sit-ups, legs extended right in front of you. Nice straight legs, heels on the floor. 5 seconds, sit up in 3, 2, 1. From the floor all the way up, tap the toes, come all the way back down. You're gonna be here for 40 seconds. Make every single second count. Let's build a strong core. That's your foundation for everything. Breathing through it every step of the way and modify as needed, okay? So make it work for you. Now that we're in round 2, maybe the abs are a little more tired. Maybe we need to modify some things we didn't need to modify last round. So your body, your workout, your rules. 15 seconds to go. Perfect timing for like 3 more. In 10. Perfect timing for a couple more, all the way up. Control that drop on the way down. So don't just lay back down. Milk it. We got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Right into your traditional sit-ups, bottoms of your feet on the floor, knees bent. Start in that laying position. Get ready to sit up and touch the toes in 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, tap, and come all the way back down. You're here for 40 seconds. Remember, your modifications are to use your arms to help you get up and then do the deficit on the way back down. So no hands on the way back down. We just control that drop. That's a little bit easier. The hardest part is the coming up. We can always hook, anchor our feet under something heavy so we have that little extra help. Or we can turn it into a crunch instead of a full sit-up. I just find the easiest way to transition is from use the deficit, getting stronger that way, or anchoring. The sit-ups don't always translate into, or the crunch doesn't always translate into a sit-up. And rest. 10 seconds, single leg sit-up. So 1 foot on the floor with the knee bent, 1 leg extended, leg straight, all the way up. Tap this foot of the bent leg and then switch it to control the drop. Let's go. All the way up. Tap that foot, switch it, control the drop back down, then come all the way up, tap the foot, switch it. So we're only switching the legs once you've done a sit-up. So do your sit-up, tap that foot, switch those legs, lay back down. Do a sit-up, switch the feet. Halfway there, 20 seconds down, 20 to go, and you are flying through this whole circuit. You've done 12 minutes of work. You have like 4.5 minutes to go, including rest. So we are very, very close. 10 more seconds, perfect timing for like 2 more, 3 more if you're a speed demon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, we're getting ready to go into our plank series. So we're into our hand plank in 5, in 3, 2, 1. So hands and toes, or your hands and knees. If you're on your knees like I am modifying, then you're gonna make sure your hips are in front of those knees. Otherwise, we're not gonna be using as much of our core strength. And you can always, if you want something in the middle of the toes and the knees, put one knee down, extend the other leg, and we are halfway there. So you can switch it, or every time you take a breath, you can switch it. Lift up and in, find that hold. You should be able to find and make that burn, okay? So flex those abs, give you that squeeze, get shaky. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and rest into your forearm plank. Exact same thing, but on the forearms. In 5, in 3, 2, 1. Toes or knees. Find that core strength. I would so much rather you feel this and have to come out of your plank early or stop your sit-ups early than for you to get through this whole circuit without feeling it. And there is ways. I used to teach ab classes, and it would be literally an hour of abs, and like it made no sense, but like it was my job. Someone asked me to do it. I needed money, so I taught it. But there's no way you can properly work your abs for like an hour. It is crazy talk. So I would just go through the movements without really feeling anything, without properly engaging my abs, just moving. Yeah, sweating, getting somewhat of a workout, but we are here to make the most of this 15 minutes. Rest into your side plank. Quality over quantity. Side plank, forearms, stack those feet if you can. 3, 2, 1. So you're going to be on your forearm with your feet stacked one on top of the other. Arm up is your hardest version. Stay there if that feels good. If that feels a little bit too much, then I want you to just either take the arm down or stagger the feet. So give yourself like another point of contact. If it still feels like too much, do both of those things. And if it still feels like too much, then take the bottom knee down. 15 seconds, keep that hip nice and high. We're gonna feel that bottom oblique, okay? 10 seconds, take like 2 deep breaths and we're coming out of this. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Flip it over, we're doing the exact same thing on the other side. So whatever version you just did, that's the version you're gonna do again. In 3, 2, 1, pop it right into that side plank. Forearm, feet stacked if you can, arm up if you can, and then modify from there as needed. And even maybe what'll happen is you'll be able to get through like 25 or 30 seconds in that hardest version. And then maybe for that last 10 or 15 seconds, you gotta take it down a notch. We gotta take an arm down or a knee down. Then you can always go from there, but always push yourself, get through as much as you can with good form. 15 seconds. Now just 10 seconds. We only have 1 move left after this. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. 10 seconds, we're into your reverse plank, so legs straight if you can. We're just gonna press up from the hands and the heels, lifting the hips. In 3, 2, 1, press it up. I'm gonna do the modified version, so I'm gonna bend my knees and I'm into a bridge. And of course, you can do like a version in between this where the knees are bent, but you're like not quite in a full like 90-degree angle bridge kind of situation. But keeping those hips nice and high. Still lifting up and in. Still breathing. And in 15 seconds, you are done. Make sure you take some time, stretch yourself out. I love Cobra after our ab movements. Love some side bends. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Another one in the books. Ab series workout 2. Check that off your list. I will see you in workout 3.